Number 3 on our list is international travel. So I think this is going to be a topic that we definitely need to do a separate video on, but just some tips to get you started. 1, if you're coming to South Africa, understand that you can come and visit on a U.S. passport for up to 90 days or 90 days or less to come into the country without a temporary residence visa. So what that means is, as long as you have a passport that is not expiring during the time frame that you're going to be in the country, you can come here and visit for up to 90 days with just your passport. No additional documentation required. Unless, of course, situations like what's going on in the last few months with coronavirus, there was some restrictions by President Ramaphosa that made Department of Home Affairs require you to have a specific permission to come into the country only if you were going to be doing business. That was lifted shortly before we left, which was a godsend because we wouldn't have been able to leave. However, I believe that's since been raised, and the status norm is to just be able to come in with your passport. However, if you're going to stay longer, you're going to need to have a visitor's visa that you'll apply for through one of the ministerial offices in the States. This is also where you'll go to apply for your temporary residence visa. So in my case, I came on a critical skills visa. What that did was allow me to come for a minimum of 1 year without having a job. And once I got here, it gave me that opportunity to look for employment. If you do have employment, they'll usually go ahead and fill your temporary residence visa good until your employment contract is over, and there's stipulations there that your employer will have to adhere to in terms of if you're terminated or you change work, as well as if you're going to be extending or changing the company. You'll need to make sure that that's updated because it doesn't transfer between companies. Students, if you're bringing your children, they will be required to have study visas. So when you're going in, and I do have some earlier videos that talk about that, get that whole process of getting the paperwork together, what you need. That's a definite video for you to go back and reflect on in that case. But you definitely have to have a study visa for each one of your children. Even if you're going to put them in, say, preschool, you need to have a study visa for your child. If you're going to come with a spouse, the spouse can come with you on an accompaniment visa if you're going to do, say, a critical skills visa. But if you want them to be able to work, they're going to have a work visa or a general work visa, if you will. That can be a little more cumbersome to come across because South Africa is really big on not giving away jobs to foreigners that can be filled by natives of South Africa, but it's definitely something that you can fill out and submit for. Make sure that you give yourself plenty of time because, again, things move relatively slowly in South Africa, and definitely if you're doing it during the time period that is summer here, you're going to have to make sure that you're prepared and not freaking out because it's almost time for you to fly and you haven't gotten it done. There's different offices that you need to submit your paperwork to depending on where you are in the States, and you can find all of that information out on Department of Home Affairs website.